Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew, as you know, otherwise known as Morning Key, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Mandalorian Season 3 official trailer, exclusively on Disney+. Now, as y'all very well may know, the trailer came out during the football game yesterday, and I quickly had to decide, do I watch it with my friends, or do I wait so that I can have an honest reaction later for YouTube?
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
And so I planned to react to it on Tuesday morning, and I was up reacting to it, and my friend texted me, and she was like, "Where are you? Class is starting." And I was like, huh? So yeah, I just, again, something I said in recent videos was I'm going to have to slow down on the current day videos for the channel and have stuff pre-recorded. So going forward, a lot of the content will be pre-recorded, which I think I can back up even more by saying that I didn't realize today was the first day back at university, and I missed the first day of my last semester of college. So yeah. As is normally the case, the second video reacting to a new trailer, whether it be for a movie or a show, the first react video kind of has a lot of the meat of my theories. So if you missed that, check the description, I'll have it linked. And the reason I do that is because this video, I will try not to repeat too many of the same things that I talked about in the first video. Like if it's a clip that we already saw, I probably won't be talking about it. Thank you all so much for the support. Y'all have been absolutely blowing up my channel lately. I just paid $7,200 for my last semester of college. And as of now, I plan to be going forward as a normal default citizen, you know, looking for a job and everything after college with my major. Stuff like that. So this is absolutely a passion project of mine. So I just wanted to thank y'all again for everything, every like y'all have given, every time you hit the bell, every sub, everything y'all are doing is making this passion project worth it. So thank you so much for all of y'all's support. If you feel my pain, if you enjoy my pain, or if you even like this video, consider liking the video. It really helps push it out in front of new viewers' faces, and it really helps the channel grow too. So again, thank you all for your support. I'm gonna start college tomorrow, and hopefully everything ends out good in the end, y'all. Without further ado, the Mandalorian Season 3 official trailer. Here we go.
Our people are scattered, like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for?
Oh shit.
Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
Ooh, man.
That way, you'll never be lost.
Dude, it looks so good. The planet looks great. It's Mandalore? Storming on Mandalore.
I'm going to Mandalore, so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
Oh, man.
May the Force be with you!
Let's go.
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there.
No,
By the
Coruscant!
time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Ooh. Yo! Yo!
Hang on, kid.
Oh! Holy shit. Yo. Oh.
This is the way.
Oh. Oh my god. Let's go. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm so pumped. Y'all, I think I can confidently say, as far as shows go, that The Mandalorian Season 3 is my most anticipated show of 2023. And I know that might sound bold for it being in the first quarter of the year, but truly, it's my most anticipated show.
Our people are scattered, like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for? Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
So what I find really interesting about this first snippet from the trailer is Din Djarin talking about truly caring about where the Mandalorians as a I know they're not a species, but as a group are at in the galaxy. It sounds like he truly cares and wants them to be united and be together. And what I find really interesting about that is we know from season 2 of The Mandalorian that Din Djarin was part of the Death Watch faction. Now, the Death Watch faction in the Clone Wars didn't care about always having their helmets on, as we saw with Pre Vizsla and Bo-Katan. But what's really interesting is the cult, or the part of it at least that Din Djarin was adopted into whenever they saved him from the Separatists. Part of that cult was always having the helmet on. So, whether you're Christian or atheist or whatever, in the real world, I truly believe that everyone, even if you truly believe in whatever you believe, I think it's true that you were shaped by what was around you and by what your parents believed, kind of thing. I'm pretty sure most of you could agree with that. So what's really interesting is everyone loves Din Djarin, but he was molded and shaped by this cult to believe these certain beliefs. And one of those, of course, is always having your helmet on, which is why when he meets Bo-Katan and her two buddies during season 2, he gets all offended that they take their helmets off, and Bo-Katan's like, oh great, he's one of these. And she kind of starts explaining to him that he's part of this small group and only his group has that belief about the helmets. I gotta say, I am a little bit worried for the show. Now hear me out. Like I said, everyone loves Din Djarin from seasons 1 and 2, even though we realize he is part of these cultish beliefs. Everyone still loves him, of course. It's Din Djarin, come on. But then, he goes on this journey to basically save Grogu and get Grogu to safety all throughout season 2. And I feel like the 2 episodes that featured Din during the Book of Boba Fett kind of unraveled all of that. Like the good payoff with the end of season 2 where Grandmaster Luke Skywalker comes back. All of that was so that Grogu could learn to hide his Force ability, or at least find a way to where no Sith or anyone could come after him or be tracked like he was during the events of season 1. So what was really odd to me with the Book of Boba Fett was I wanted the payoff of Grogu and Din seeing each other again, but I, like many others, felt like it was way too early. What's surprising to me about the beginning is Din saying that, because all throughout season 1 and season 2, he just wanted to protect Grogu and kept his circle of who he cared about very, very small. And even in the finale of season 2, he doesn't care about the Darksaber. He doesn't want it. He wants to give it to Bo-Katan, and he doesn't realize how serious the Darksaber is, or what being the master of it, what wielding it truly means to the Mandalorian people. And then again, he isn't really a part of the Mandalorian people, or at least he doesn't believe himself to be. He cares about his group, his clan, which is almost extinct, as we find out during his episodes he's in the Book of Boba Fett. So what catches me off guard in the beginning of this trailer is just Din saying that and actually caring and wondering about what will happen to the Mandalorians as a whole, not just one small clan, but all the clans, uniting the clans as an entirety. I was surprised to hear that he cares. And then again, if y'all are annoyed at me for that, I will say maybe that's from later in the season. We could, I hope, if they're going to do that, because I feel like it was a swing and a miss with having Grogu and Mando meet again. I felt like it was too early, even though, of course, I loved getting to see Luke training Yoda. I mean, whoa.
No. Wait. Wait.
Luke training Grogu, the parallels to Yoda training Luke. Getting to see Luke and Ahsoka together was awesome. I would love to see how they meet eventually, and Dave Filoni did tease that someday we will probably get to see Ahsoka and Luke meet, which could be during the Ahsoka show, which is coming later this year, y'all. So I'm definitely pumped for that. But I really hope that they don't rush this plot point, y'all. Because like I said, I'm surprised that he said that. But maybe it's episode 5 or episode 6. I hope that we get to see Din Djarin growing and maybe Bo-Katan. I feel like after season 2, we thought it's leading to a Bo-Katan versus Din Djarin. And that's definitely what Moff Gideon wanted to happen. But maybe Bo-Katan has grown and she's teaching Din how to lead and explaining everything to him and making him care. I don't know, but I would love to see Din Djarin grow into caring about Mandalore and Mandalorians as an entirety. And I'm hoping that we can see that throughout his journey. He's going to Mandalore to earn the right to be a Mandalorian again, since the armor set him on this voyage, since he revealed his face. But then again, that introduces another plot point of when will Din eventually realize that that does not matter, showing his face. Or maybe they're going to go full on 100% full send with that and say, this is the way.
That way, you'll never be lost.
I love these shots of Navarro. Reed Karga, baby. He's back.
I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
We also get to see the armorer on a desertish planet meeting with Din and Grogu. So he could be meeting with her one more time before going on his mission to Mandalore. Or this could be after he's succeeded with his mission and he's come back to her. I also think, y'all, when he goes on his mission to Mandalore and goes underground, that I have this theory. This is one of my theories. I have a theory that Din Djarin will find an undiscovered Beskar mine. So when you see Grogu and Din in this cave, I believe that they could stumble upon this untapped Beskar mine, and that hopefully, you know, by the end of the season, I don't want Din to just outright in the beginning of the season be like, it's my duty to unite all of the Mandalorian clans. That would be a jump the shark for me, I won't lie. But if we get the growth of him coming to care about all of the people as a whole, not just his clan, and then also on his mission to rightfully become a Mandalorian again that the armorer sent him on, if during that mission he finds this untapped Beskar mine, I think that would be an awesome plot point for when Din Djarin inevitably unites all of the Mandalorian clans together again after Bo-Katan Kryze failed back during the events of Star Wars Rebels. It would be amazing if not only do all of the Mandalorians have pieces of armor, but Din Djarin is able to fully equip his entire army with full Beskar armor. That might not even be a goal of them with this show, but I think that would be wicked. That would be awesome. I'd be jumping out of my seat. Ooh.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
In this snippet, we get to hear Captain Carson Teva of the New Republic warning the Mandalorian about how he needs to step up. What I find really interesting about this, you guys, is I think it's unavoidable to have this part of the discussion. We all know, even if you liked the sequels yourself, that they were not well received by fans at all. As a whole, right? As a whole. So again, I said this in the last video, but what I find really interesting is that although fans are excited for The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, after the fall of the Empire, but it's still being there, you know, the in between 6 and 7, I really do think that these shows are leading into the sequel trilogy. Now, you might be thinking, Matthew, of course, that's obvious. The reason I'm saying that is I think it'll be interesting in the next few years to see how fans react to this. Because up to this point, the reason The Mandalorian has been so successful, I know Star Wars projects can be successful with Star Wars fans alone, but what The Mandalorian has done a really good job of is having all of the cool details that the big fans, the nerds, can freak out about, but also being a show that as a solo story is good enough for other people to watch. You know, the story of a bounty hunter, a kind of bad, morally gray person, going on these heists and killing people and taking people in, and then his heart softening when he has to do that to a baby, and then saving the baby and going on this journey to keep the baby safe and protect it. That gathered more people than just Star Wars fans is what I'm saying. So what I think will be really interesting going into season 3 of Mando, season 1 of Ahsoka, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the fans, because more and more I feel like it'll be less of a story that was for other people to jump in on, and it's going to start getting into sequel territory. It'll be interesting to see where they lose fans and then where they also lose quote unquote Star Wars fans, because I know that again this is dangerous waters, but a lot of fans didn't like the sequel trilogy. So as they get more and more into it, there's rumors that Mando will fight Praetorian guards from episode 8 of Star Wars. There's rumors that he'll fight the Praetorian guards in season 3. And we also get the Babu Frick species from episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. It'll be interesting. I know I'm saying interesting too much. I can't help it. It's just going to be curious. There we go. It'll be curious to see how everyone reacts as these shows lead more and more into the sequel trilogy. I'm okay with them leading into it. What I think is that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are doing their best to make the sequels make sense. I know the sequels didn't get accepted by a lot of people, but I'll say this. I think we can say episode 7 was a good starting point for the trilogy, had a lot of plot points that could have been used for an epic episode 8, and I think that episode 9 was a lot of recovery, trying to, like getting stabbed in the stomach and trying to hold your guts in. That's probably a bad analogy. I'm sorry, but I think that's kind of what happened. So what I think is going to be really interesting about Mando season 3, Ahsoka season 1 is they're going to be doing a lot of prepping for episodes 7 and 8 of Star Wars, and episode 9. The line "somehow Palpatine returned" is memed so hard because it truly was not done very well. If it would have been teased in episode 8, it might have been okay. If it would have been teased in episode 7 and then maybe had him 5 to 8 minutes in the end kind of episode 8 and been hyped up for 2 years for episode 9, I think it would have been accepted by a lot more people, but that's not what happened. So I think that these shows are going to be doing a lot of prep work, especially with this character you see here, this doctor that's been in season 1 and 2 of Mando. They're going to be doing a lot of prep work to make 7, 8, and 9 make sense. I'm kind of curious to see what y'all think about that, but that's another theory I have, that these shows truly are doing their best to fix the issues that happened with the sequel trilogy, with the fumble with 8 and staggering into 9, and 9 kind of having to try to hold it up. What's really interesting too is we got to see in the finale of The Bad Batch the cloning facility that the Empire has, the new one. And I think that plot point in The Bad Batch, along with this doctor that's now going to be in 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, he's wearing the same suit as these officers or doctors in the finale of Bad Batch season 1. So I think that this cloning facility, at least somewhat or somehow, the program survived. And this could be vibes, like this doctor could be very, very, very important for explaining Snoke, Palpatine's return. I know that all sounds crazy, y'all. And again, I don't know how Dave and Jon Favreau are going to clutch this and make the sequels make more sense. But if anyone's going to do it, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni could make the sequel trilogy end up better received. Then again, I think it'll always be a shame that it's up to shows to come in and help it gain its footing. But I digress. Also, this Captain Carson Teva fella, he could die. Honestly, I could see it. He could go. Mandalorian season 4 has already started filming, if y'all didn't know. Teva could survive, but I could see him also, if throughout this season we get Mando growing into his arc of truly caring about the Mandalorians as a whole, as I was talking about earlier, and uniting all of the clans to survive together, to be able to fight a bigger threat. I think Carson Teva's death could also really be beneficial to that. Like if Mando's not taking him seriously at first, he's like, yeah, okay, sure, bigger threat. It'll be too late once I get all my people together. Okay, sure. And then maybe during or towards the end of The Mandalorian, it doesn't even have to be a big, expensive action sequence on Mandalore or anything specifically for this. But let's say that Din, it might not even be in season 3, but let's say that Din unites all of the clans. We get this awesome moment. And then at some point in the episode, just as kind of like 1 to 2 sentences, a character reports to him, Din Djarin, the Mandalore, that the New Republic presence on an Outer Rim world has fallen to an unknown threat, which is Thrawn. But it's not said that it's Thrawn. I think that could be pretty spine chilling if that was said in like season 3, episode 8's finale or something like that. I think that could really serve to make Din Djarin be like, oh shit, okay, let's unite. Let's lock it in. I think that would be pretty interesting. I also love that we're getting to see Coruscant in live action again. I know we just got it in Andor, but we're getting to see it between episodes 6 and 7 now. So the original trilogy, which there's no doubt everyone loves the original trilogy. I can say that, I think, confidently for you guys. Have that, or voice y'all's opinions here. I think I can confidently say everyone loves the original trilogy for sure. I've always wanted to see Coruscant in this time period, y'all. And we might get to see it in Bad Batch Season 2, but getting to see how it is with New Republic control after the Empire has fallen, at least lost their big worlds, their core worlds in the core of the galaxy. I'm interested to see Coruscant like this, y'all. We also get a quick snippet of Order 66, and I think I can confidently say again that we're all excited for this. However, I will say I am surprised with how much Order 66 we've been getting. It feels like every 6 months there's new compilations on YouTube. It's like Order 66 plus 30 seconds, Order 66 plus 60 seconds. It's like they're giving us little snippets every now and then, but I guess that's just an observation because I can't complain. Also, y'all, Mando's ship is looking spicy here. I don't know if I'm tripping right now, but it looks like he did even more changes to it. Like the cockpit area looks different to me. It almost looks, it's giving me Darth Maul's scimitar vibes from the Phantom Menace in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And we get TIE interceptors chasing him, which I'm super hyped for. I'm super hyped for this. It looks like a lot. I think at most we've gotten to see Din Djarin take on 3 TIE fighters at once, which was in Season 2, Episode 4 of The Mandalorian. But this looks like a lot. This looks like a lot. But he also has a faster ship. His first one was more of like a gunship vibe, to me at least. But now he has a straight up starfighter. So I think we'll get to see even more of what Din Djarin was or is able to do. I almost wanted to say I think he needs to get saved in this scene, but I think I'm going to go that I'm confident enough that he can do this on his own in a starfighter. We haven't gotten to see truly how great of a pilot he is yet because we haven't seen him in a starfighter, which has way more maneuverability and speed than his gunship. So I think he could clutch this alone, y'all. In this snippet, we also get to see the Mandalorians deploying on Navarro, which we already saw in the teaser trailer. But the reason I bring it up again is now we get the confirmation that Paz Vizsla is with them. And in the Book of Boba Fett, we got to see Paz Vizsla challenge Din Djarin for the Darksaber because he probably remembered, we don't know if Pre Vizsla is his dad or uncle, but his close relative, his bloodline, had the Darksaber in their family for generations and lost it to Maul, and it went all the way down the line to Bo-Katan, then to Din Djarin. And Paz has now lost a duel with Din Djarin, so it'll be really interesting to see those two interact. And also, these Mandalorians do not look like the same ones from the beginning of the trailer where we get Din Djarin voicing over them and standing with them. Din Djarin's Mandalorians he's with look more rustic and orangish, reddish, yellow. These Mandalorians look more blue and gray like Bo-Katan Kryze. So while this could be Mandalorians, no, actually no, because in the teaser trailer we get to see these Mandalorians lighting the town up. So this could be the Kryze loyal Mandalorians coming to get Din Djarin. Or even worse, imagine if Din Djarin's not even there and she does it just out of wrath. Like, F this planet for being involved with the Mandalorian. That would also be wicked. So again, Paz Vizsla, it makes sense to me that he's with Bo-Katan. He might want revenge on Din Djarin. We get to see Grogu. He's strong enough with the Force now that he straight up Force pushes the guy away and isn't tired. When we got to see the reveals, the couple reveals of Grogu using his powers, he always fell asleep after. But this time, with Grandmaster Luke Skywalker's training, Grogu's chilling. He's fine. He's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, the outro was next, but I was just surfing social media I know this is kind of meta right now. I'm sorry for doing this to y'all, but I recorded this video and got my reaction, and of course I was going about my day, and then I was checking social media, and I realized someone found out that there's a version of this trailer on Disney Plus that includes a little snippet during the Coruscant section that we don't get to see on the YouTube trailer. And that is a snippet of Imperial Star Destroyers on a planet, which I think looks to be Coruscant. A lot of people in the comments were theorizing that it could be Hosnian Prime, which is the homeworld of the New Republic during the sequel trilogy that gets annihilated by Kylo Ren and General Hux. So some people in the comments thought this was Hosnian Prime. I'm kind of thinking Coruscant, but I'm curious what y'all think about this. It could be ships that the New Republic has after the surrender of the Empire on the core worlds. The New Republic could also be studying the ships, or they could be dismantling the ships to create some of their New Republic fleet from extra Imperial vessels. Also, y'all, like I said about Dave and John doing their best to help the sequel trilogy stand up and, not be bleeding out on the floor, this could also be extra ships on some Imperial world that are going to be part of Palpatine's fleet on Exegol. And again, I don't want the sequel trilogy displeasure to seep into this video too much. I feel like people might get onto me for talking about Palpatine's fleet on Exegol, it doesn't make sense. I get, how it might not make sense to have 1,000 ships under the ice, fully, operational with full crew. I get how that might not make sense to some people, if you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, with all of the trying to help the sequel trilogy not be, how it is, these ships could be used for the fleet on Exegol. But then again, I kind of don't think so. I think that my first suggestions on what it is could be right. It could also be a part of Thrawn's fleet, because we know that the shows on Disney Plus for Star Wars that are between episodes 6 and 7 are going to lead towards an Avengers Endgame of sorts that is Grand Admiral Thrawn. And they're going to kind of explain how they drop him, probably take him out as a united group, once Boba Fett has his entire crime syndicate built up, once Mando has united all of the Mandalorian clans, and I don't know, once Ahsoka is chilling. And y'all, we're probably going to get to see Grandmaster Luke Skywalker in his prime. Tons of people had problems with Luke's depiction in episode 8, and Dave and John, I believe, are going to give us all of these groups uniting against Grand Admiral Thrawn. And that will not be, theorizing here, that will not be in season 3 of Mando, or probably not even season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett. Definitely not season 1 of Ahsoka. But once the Mandalorian, the Mandalore, once Boba Fett's crime syndicate, once they lock it in, and once Ahsoka and Grandmaster Luke are chilling out, I think we are going to lead to this, y'all. And I am so hyped. I'm especially hyped to see Grandmaster Luke Skywalker in action against some Grand Admiral Thrawn Imperials. Oh! I think I might even tear up, y'all. And again, what I'm talking about now, getting hyped for it, is probably not even going to happen in the next year and a half at least. But I nevertheless am excited. I'm so ready for that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for your support. Again, I have to lock it in for school. This might be the last time you see me for a while. I do want to reiterate to y'all that I knew I would have to lock it in for this final semester. So I do have videos planned, and they're spread out to be every single Thursday and Sunday at 12 p.m. I also want to reiterate to y'all that I will be doing a Hogwarts Legacy and a Jedi Survivor playthrough. Jedi Survivor is my most anticipated game of 2023. So I wanted y'all to know that, so if you want, I would be honored, truly. I know it might sound stupid, but I would genuinely be so happy if you chose to watch my playthroughs. So if you do want to stay notified for those, make sure you hit the bell. Again, every sub counts. We're so close on the road to hitting 300 subscribers. So thank you again for all of y'all's support. Like the video if you like the video. Let me know what y'all think of my theories. If you think I'm right, or if you think that I need to be completely obliterated in the comments, feel absolutely free to do so. I am so ready for this, y'all. I am so ready. so ready. I might even be staying up till 3 a.m. every night to watch the episode so I don't get it spoiled. Love you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for everything, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.